I turned it over there. I mean, the crowd was into it. It's kind of. I mean, you know, if you like a good funeral vibe during a basketball game, then this is the league for you, brah. Enjoy. It was thick with I mean, it was sort of dead in there. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't exactly firing me up. So we know Collier, of course, is the VP of the WNBA Players Union. She's one of the VPs along with Breanna Stewart. Involved
from the very heart of the WNBA Players Union, Napheesa Collier delivered a statement that sent shockwaves through the league and promised chaos. Serving as vice president, she boldly declared the WNBA's financial model unsustainable, openly questioning its future and igniting outrage across the sports world. This was not merely a negotiation tactic. It felt like a full-scale declaration of war. Her words stunned everyone, including the league's new face, Caitlin Clark, as the sheer audacity of the demands created an impossible conflict, pushing the WNBA toward the brink of collapse and forcing an unthinkable choice.
League, a competitor's league, make any of this make sense? I swear to God, please. I don't get it. I did a video the other day. Media, some Yahoo Sports actually decided to call him out. So she made comments because, of course, she used her league to talk about negotiations involving the competitors' league. I did a video yesterday where you got the team president talking about, hey, WNBA, call us.
The controversy escalated when Keir, a co-founder of the rival Unraveled League, used her platform to publicly question the WNBA's economic viability. She suggested that if the WNBA could not find a sustainable model, leadership needed to be put in place to plan for what comes next. This direct challenge, issued while she was simultaneously involved in negotiations on behalf of WNBA players, created an unprecedented conflict of interest, effectively negotiating against the very league she was supposed to represent. Her dual roles became impossible to ignore, drawing intense scrutiny from every corner of the basketball world.
You know, I can't confirm or deny. We may need you to save our asses. Please. My God. So, we're going to listen to these comments, and then, my goodness, fans did not miss. They did not miss.
Here with us at this time.
Yeah, well, our deadline is coming up right now in a couple of days. And I think you've just heard a lot of chatter about, you know, what we're asking for is not sustainable for the business. And being on this side with Unrivaled, I know what it...
Collier confidently asserted that Unrivaled had already proven it was possible to run a sustainable business and that the league was thriving because of it. She then doubled down on her position in the CBA negotiations, declaring, "We're not going to back down and we can't take less." This unyielding stance, rooted in the perceived success of a fledgling rival league, set the stage for a dramatic showdown, making common ground with the WNBA appear increasingly unreachable and casting a grim shadow over the future of player relations.
And player salaries are fully dependent on private investors, not profit. Can she be any more unserious? That's the thing. They think that getting investors is making money. No. That's to prop you up so you can start making money and have the infrastructure and the facilities. That's not actual spendable. I mean, what are you doing? Ha ha ha, Unrivaled is a flop. If so, why did she have surgery during Unrivaled's time instead of the WNBA's time? She doesn't care about her failing business.
Fan reactions quickly exploded, with one commenter famously labeling the union's stance as ill-conceived, while another dismissed it as a foolish take. These remarks reflected a wave of widespread disbelief, as many questioned the logic and judgment behind such a contradictory position. The online community did not hold back. Their collective voice became a deafening roar of disapproval, aimed squarely at the union's leadership and what many saw as a self-sabotaging approach, demanding answers that no one seemed prepared to give.
time instead of the WNBA's time? She doesn't care about her failing business. That is a great question. That's a great question. Why in the world would you have waited this long to have had your surgery, missed the season of your very own league? What does that say about the importance of the overall importance of the league? TNT is taking massive losses, ruh-roh, for this thing to pretend like they're a successful league. As soon as TNT has...
Critics were quick to point out the glaring flaw in Keir's argument. Unraveled's financial model relies heavily on private investors rather than actual profit. Many argued that raising investment capital is not the same as making money. As one observer bluntly put it, no, it's to prop you up so you can start making money. This crucial distinction exposed a weakness in using Unraveled as a model of sustainability, revealing a business structure far from the self-sufficiency the WNBA is striving to achieve and ultimately undermining the entire premise of her negotiation stance.
League. TNT is taking massive losses, ruh-roh, for this thing to pretend like they're a successful league. As soon as TNT has started crediting back advertisers that hand out money goes away, this thing collapses. Let's be for real here. That is 100% right. Bravo. How about this? Big old like right there. Seriously, this is the first week of the second season. How do you know how sustainable the business is? I mean, they want the WNBA to follow the lead.
Further questions surface about Collier's true commitment to her own league, Unraveled, after she underwent surgery during its season, and effectively missed playing time for what she had repeatedly described as a thriving enterprise. One fan openly questioned the decision, asking why she would wait so long to have surgery that caused her to miss games in her very own league. The timing suggested priorities that conflicted with her public claims about Unraveled's importance, fueling skepticism about her genuine investment in its success and raising eyebrows throughout the industry.
Of a newly birthed... I mean, this league just rolled out of a JJ and is brand new. You want the WNBA to use it as an example? You got to be smoking all the rocks. I mean, honestly, pop rocks, crack rocks, all the rocks. Geology rock, you name it. If it's a rock, you're trying to light that boy on fire. A 2-year 3x3 pop-up league. Please come back when Unraveled lasts 3 decades. You can't take her.
The financial stability of Unraveled also came under intense scrutiny, with one analyst suggesting that TNT, a key partner, was absorbing massive losses. They warned that once TNT begins crediting back advertisers, that financial support could disappear and the entire operation could quickly collapse. These stark warnings painted a picture of a league standing on shaky ground, heavily dependent on external funding and sponsorships rather than a truly robust, self-sustaining economic engine, further eroding Keir's credibility in the CBA negotiations.
3x3, small rosters, one location, one gym, one small arena. She is clueless at how to run shit. Right, and you got the WNBA going into these massive, well, when Caitlin Clark plays, going into these massive NBA arenas. Except you got her running this Barnum Bailey looking ass basketball league out there that I continue to say it can't do shit until you go 5x5. I mean, because Project B about to Thanos snap this son of a bitch right out.
The youth of Unraveled quickly became a central point of criticism, with commentators questioning how a league barely into its second season could credibly claim long-term sustainability. One incredulous voice asked how anyone could truly assess a business model so early, calling the idea of the established WNBA taking financial guidance from a newly launched experimental 3x3 pop-up league absurd. The contrast in scale only sharpened the skepticism, while Caitlin Clark was packing massive NBA arenas and driving unprecedented attention to the WNBA. Unraveled operated in small studio-style venues that critics mocked as little more than glorified practice gyms, often raising doubts about how many tickets were genuinely sold versus given away. This gap in attendance, visibility, and revenue potential made Unraveled's thriving narrative appear artificially inflated and disconnected from reality. Structurally, critics argued that a single location, small roster 3x3 league could not meaningfully compare to a nationwide 5x5 professional operation, reinforcing perception that using Unraveled as a benchmark for WNBA negotiations was fundamentally flawed. As the WNBA's growth trajectory accelerated under the so-called Caitlin Clark effect, Collier's claims of an unsustainable league rang increasingly hollow, even prompting dramatic analogies that portrayed Unraveled as a minor operation easily eclipsed by the WNBA's dominance. This widening gap intensified concerns about Collier's dual role as both a union leader and a promoter of a rival league, creating what many viewed as an irreconcilable conflict of interest. Her refusal to compromise in CBA talks, while publicly championing a fragile competing model, made negotiations feel less like collective bargaining and more like a hostile challenge to the league's stability. As tensions escalated, trust in the players' union's leadership began to fracture, with observers questioning whether a vice president could fairly represent WNBA players while actively undermining the league's financial foundation. The uncertainty rippled across the league, leaving major stars, including Caitlin Clark, the face of its recent surge, caught in the middle of a growing institutional crisis. Ultimately, the backlash was not only about money, but about ethics, loyalty, and leadership, as many felt Collier's stance set a dangerous precedent for professional sports and pushed the WNBA toward a deeply destabilizing crossroads.